Hello everybody, it's Mike here at Game From Scratch, and today we've got some good news for Unity developers. In fact, we've got a twofer today. We've got two great pieces of news all in one video, and I know a lot of you Unity guys are probably sitting there watching the monthly giveaways on Unreal going, what about us? Well, today is your Unity Christmas, if you want. So here we go. First off, we have one that's straightforward. So we'll do the simple one first. The Unity Asset Store has a sale on right now. 3D model sale, up to 140 assets to choose from at 50% off. So we got until October the 12th. You can pick up all kinds of models and model packs. Now, one thing to be aware of, some of these things like these snaps, Asian residential and construction site, those are actually on sale in the current Unity Humble Asset Bundle. I'll link that down below as well, along with the sale link. So that Humble Bundle is $15 for the entire thing, or $1 for this pack. So be careful when it comes to the Snap stuff. You can get it much cheaper. All three of these are in that other bundle. But otherwise, you got a ton of packs here. So if you're looking for environmental stuff, characters, levels, that kind of stuff, there is an absolute treasure trove here on sale. The quality is obviously going to be pretty various because you've got a number of different people that have put their stuff here, but there is, let's see, 6 pages worth of things here. So if you are looking for a model, now is an opportunity to get things for up to 50% off. So once again, there will be a link down below if you want to pick any of this up. And also, there is that Humble Bundle going on for Unity assets. Be sure to check it first before you pick up any asset, because I'd hate to see you pay, a lot more on the store than what you actually have to pay on Humble. So I will link both those things down below. And now on to the other news. Now this one is a straight-on free thing, actually. The developers Devdog, who are known for actually making some fairly famous Unity plugin, I think Odin is probably the most famous, have basically decided that a number of their older plugins are costing them more money to support than they actually make off of. And that's the problem with Unity. Every time a new Unity version comes out, if you're an asset store maker, you've got to update it, make sure it's compatible, push it to the store, deal with all the support problems that come in. And it kind of going to eventually hit the point where supporting older plugins just isn't worth it. So a lot of them just pull it off the market and call it a day. What Devdog have done, which is really kind of nice, and again, I will link this down below as well, you've got Inventory Pro, Quest System Pro, Sci Fi Ui Design, and this one, which is LOS or Line of Sight Pro. Those have all been open sourced, and they've been open sourced under the MIT license, which is exceedingly liberal in what it allows you to do. So instead of just letting these things die, they've open sourced them to the community. So that has a couple of impacts. I'll get to the biggest one in just a few minutes. As you can see, they're all up on GitHub. There is another one coming soon, Scene Cleaner Pro. It's not up there yet. So you've got these 5 fairly famous plugins out there that are now all on GitHub. So here's the first one, Inventory Pro. It's sold over 100,000 licenses, which is exceedingly impressive. So you've got multiple inventories, advanced currency systems, full mobile support, crafting, restrictions, item layouts, cooldowns, collections, filters, vendors, clean up, use items to restore stats, and controller support. So if you need to have an inventory system for your game, you can get it here now. And once again, it's all open source now. Again, you're not going to get updates each time Unity is updated. So if you decide to use this yourself, you're in charge of your own maintenance, or the community is. I guess the community can get behind this, and hopefully they do. So that's the first one, Inventory Pro. Next up, we have Quest System Pro. So obviously, if you are looking to make an RPG-style game, or an ARPG, or a JRPG, or a, I don't know, URPG, a SRPG. Actually, SRPG is a thing. Anyways, they've got quite a few things. This one sold 10,000 licenses. I'm actually surprised that they make these kind of sales on the asset store, to be honest. So what's this one all about? Quests of any type, achievements, advanced conversation trees. That one is kind of nice. A powerful dialogue and conversation editor, which enables you to set up advanced conversation trees. Salsa handles the player's facial animation, so you don't have to spend weeks animating faces. Complete Freedom does not enforce you to use a specific UI design or style, can be easily themed to your liking. It's extensible, localization support, and advanced waypoint system. So if you want NPCs to move from here to here to here, that is what Quest System Pro can do. Next up, we have LOS, the lightweight line of sight and hearing system for Unity. They don't have numbers for this one, so I imagine it was a little bit less impressive. This one is a super fast and lightweight modular hearing and line of sight solution that is heavily optimized and production ready. Detect targets, support for static meshes, skin meshes, 2D sprites, emit audio from objects, and set up listeners to hear them. For programmers and designers, detect in 2D and 3D, create zones. Zones are used to change target or observer behavior. For example, in a scene with Dark Alley, you could create light sources where targets are more easily detected. So if you want to add stealth to your ARPG, you now can using this. And then finally, and at least until that cleaner one gets put up, we have Sci Fi Ui Design. Sci Fi Ui Design for UGUI was originally developed by Devdog and was sold for years at $40 on the asset store. It has screen space, so it's VR ready, adjustable. All elements can be tweaked directly inside the Unity UI editor. Inventory Pro integration, animations, HUD and menu and HUD elements, many use cases, stunning animations, and demo game included. So this one is basically a straightforward sci-fi style UI interface for RPG, flying, FPS survival game types, and more. So this is kind of all of the plumbing stuff you need to create games, the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Now, I think one of the reasons why this is so relevant for them to just stop supporting it now is this whole Unity. Unity is going to be a kind of a nightmare to support, like to support 2020 if you're an asset store developer, because of the huge changes that are happening under the hood. But if you're using like an existing version of Unity, this is a huge wealth of game behind the scenes. Well, I suppose the UI isn't behind the scenes, but for the inventory systems and the quest system stuff and all of these other things in here, there's definitely a lot of guts here for you. And then finally, we're looking at the Unity Asset Store page for Devdog. And this is the last thing to notice. There is no entry for any of these things anymore. They've pulled them off, so the only things they sell on the store now are Odin and Rucksack. Which, by the way, if you want to support a developer, this is a good way to support such a cool move, is to check out what their other stuff is. But yeah, we've got 4 of these plugins that are now in MIT open source license up on GitHub, and 4 very foundational to creating a full game thing. So again, we got a double shot of news today. We've got the asset store 50% off for a number of different model pack stuff, and then we have Devdog open sourcing their Inventory Pro, Quest System Pro, LOS Pro, and Sci Fi Ui Design Pro with Scene Cleaner Pro all coming soon, all free and under the MIT license. And the other thing that's really cool here is you can't buy them anymore, but if you happen to have bought them in the last 30 days, so they're also giving you a full refund on that. That's class. So Devdog, kudos to you. This is a class move. And if you really are impressed with what they do, I do highly recommend checking out their assets, Odin and Rucksack, on the store. It's always great to support people that do quality moves. They could have just, let this stuff go on, or even worse, they could have just kept selling it without support, which so many asset store developers do. So Devdog really did a solid here, and hopefully this works out for them. So if you are appreciative of what they've done here, check out Odin and check out Rucksack. I'll link them as well, because again, Devdog, you did a solid here. So that's it. That's some great news for Unity people. Hopefully at least some of this is of interest to you. If you've had some experience with any of Devdog's tools, let me know what you think of them in the comments down below. Also, is there a model pack for sale that looks of interest to you? Again, one final reminder, do be sure to check out that Humble Bundle. It's still going on for another 7 or 8 days at least. So some of those assets are in that bundle and a heck of a lot cheaper purchase that way. And I will toss that link with all the other links down below. All right, that's it. Talk to you all later. Goodbye.